Hi! Foundation. Giorgio Armani, the Luminous Silk Perfect Glow Flawless Foundation. It was crazy. I thought it was shade 3, shade 4, 4.5, 3.5, 3.75. I actually really didn't know. And I went with the shade number 5 after that because I went on to Google everything because there's a lot of shades. And if you look online on the Sephora website, there are a total of 40 different shades and it retails for $82 Canadian, which is a crazy amount of money for a foundation. It's an oil-free foundation, which is always good for people with oilier skin types. It delivers buildable medium coverage, which is also amazing if you want to have something more light or something more full coverage on a day-to-day basis. A luminous, glowy, skin-like finish. Apparently, that's going to go onto your skin. It's basically for a natural makeup look. So anyways, we're going to get into the application right away. First, I like the packaging. The pump is cute. I mean, it's pretty basics, very Giorgio Armani. And then I'm going to go straight on my hand on it. I'm going to do half of my face with the sponge and then half of the other face with a brush. So I'm going to go straight up with the sponge. I put 2 pumps on my hand. So I mostly concentrated where I have the most acne over here, and then I'm gonna drag the rest. And I already primed my skin, so if you wanna know what I prime my skin with, I decided to put the Vitamin Enriched Face Base by Bobbi Brown, and also the Auric Cosmetics Luminizer in Morganite. So it's just really, really pretty. For the medium coverage, I would say that it is true, very medium coverage, and it looks absolutely flawless so far. Oh, and by the way, after I finish applying this, I'm going to show you with different lights. So that means I'm going to turn off the lights right in front of me so you can see what it looks like. But let me just finish this real quickly. So far, I really like the coverage. I like what it looks like. It's not too much. Of course, you can see the imperfections. As they said, it was medium coverage compared to here. So it does cover a bit, but the thing is I do have a lot of acne, so let me turn off the light in front of me to see the difference. Like nothing compared to foundation. So just a sec. All right, so that is the difference. I know I have the luminizer and it's going to be harder to see, but as you can see, it does cover a bit of everything. It looks very natural. It doesn't look, even up close, it doesn't look that much like I have makeup on, but like if you really look, you're gonna be able to see it there, but it still looks really, really nice. So now I'm gonna apply it with the brush. So okay, so I put 2 pumps with the sponge on this side, and now I'm gonna apply 1 pump to see if I have more coverage and it doesn't absorb as much product. So we'll see. Maybe it's better, but I like the sponge so far. So I'm gonna go with the Rare Beauty brush and then start stippling this into the skin. So what I have to say with the brush, it is looking absolutely amazing. So as you can see, both sides look pretty similar. It looks almost the same, to be honest. And the other thing that I have to say is that I only used 1 pump on this side to have the same effect as 2 pumps on the sponge side. So if you're applying this foundation, and it is quite expensive, right? So I would recommend you applying it with a really packed brush, like the one that I have. So something like this, something packed, or if you have a Morphe, for example, like something like this, a very like stippling brush where all of the fibers and the hairs and everything are just really, really packed together. The bristles, basically. So I don't know what it's, I don't know the words, but yeah, I love the brush. Ooh. As flawless and better because you don't have much product left. Oh, I forgot to do something before we pass on the other thing. Can it build up more coverage? So I'm gonna add another pump and then go with the brush all around. And just to be clear as well, like with a brush, you definitely have to take more of your time than a sponge to apply the product. It's always going to take you a little bit longer because it's a bit more technical since the sponge just absorbs most of the product. So that's just a little side note. So honestly, I don't like the second layer at all. I feel like it looks heavy on the skin before it looks absolutely flawless, but then when you go back with the brush, it's not as pretty anymore. If you want to build up coverage, I would go with the sponge, but then you're gonna waste so much product. So let me just like go back on top and just blend everything out properly because I can see like here, you're probably not gonna be able to see it, but you can see like brush strokes, and even if I pack it move it around, it just doesn't want to do anything. So I'm just it's not a foundation that you're supposed to apply 2-3 layers of. Since it's a more natural foundation, 1 layer should be enough for you. It's gonna look very, very good, but it's still medium coverage. It's not gonna go to full coverage. Anyways, I'll go continue my makeup and then I'll show you in the different lighting what it looks like. The foundation just works beautifully with other powders, creams, anything. It didn't do anything weird at all while the application, it just looks flawless. Of course, I have beautiful products paired with it, which everything is going to be listed down below if you want to know what I paired it with. But so far, it looks amazing. So I'm going to show you guys in the other lighting, and then I'll just do some updates. Looking at that, it is a very more of like a dewy natural finish. It's really not heavy on the skin. So after, blending everything out with the sponge earlier, it looks way, way, way better that way than if I left it the way it was. And I applied all my powders, creams. The creams I applied with the sponge and the brush, and the powders I applied them all with a brush. So it just looks really good. Even on the nose, it looks really good. It doesn't look weird. And most of the time, I have a hard time on the nose, as I told you guys always, all the time. It's just, there's so much texture and like sebum filament on the nose that it's hard for the foundation to stick on, and it's more oily than anything else. So it looks pretty good, actually, if you look. Nothing moved. Of course, later it's gonna move because I'm gonna be wearing my glasses there, but yeah. So anyways, I'll come back in a few hours to give you an update on the foundation and what I think about it. But right now, I just feel absolutely flawless. So, Giorgio Armani, so far you did it, girl. But we're gonna wait. This foundation, we're gonna wait to see. OMG. It is late at night. Oh my God. Let me take a look at what is happening over here in my face. So it's been like 6-7 hours already. I am really tired. It's very late. And to be honest, this is looking really good. Like, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's really not that bad. It's not that oily. Of course, I'm a little bit oily. You're gonna see some shine getting on here, but other than that, it looks really, really good. And what's funny, on the Sephora app, there wasn't any hours specified on like, oh, it's supposed to last all day. No, it was just like, oh, it's supposed to be natural and everything. So it looks natural. It looks beautiful. I did put a good primer under, good powder, everything, and it does last a really while. So I would just have to touch up a bit, and then my makeup could last for way longer than what it is because I didn't touch up at all. Oh, and I also changed my shirt because I was supposed to do another video and then I just got into like an endless loop of like, I don't know. That's what my skin looks like, and it's pretty, I would say, dewy. It's not that bad. On the side of the nose, it's a little bit removed because of my glasses, but it's really not that bad because I set it properly. But everything looks amazing. It doesn't really oxidize. It mixes well with other products. It's amazing. I mean, it's a really, really good foundation. That doesn't move around too much, which even on the side here, I was like putting my hand here and like being like this, and there's not much that came off of the side of my chin. I mean, this is an amazing foundation, but for the price, it's kind of expensive though. It's really, really expensive. Considering all of those things, it's really good. The thing is, the price point is what gets me. It's going to be more expensive because it is from Giorgio Armani, and it's just a luxurious brand, so you're gonna have that, but at least the formulation is really amazing. I would recommend you, if you don't want to pass through it as quickly, to apply it with a brush like I told you guys earlier. You're gonna have way more coverage, and it's gonna it's gonna go a way longer way than if you just use a sponge. Other than that, I don't really have anything else to say. I tried it before a couple times, and I really like the finish and how it looks on the skin. It does look natural. I mean, natural, like we say that it looks natural, but you can definitely tell that there's makeup on my face, you know what I mean? But it's not as bad as other things. So do I recommend this Giorgio Armani? Luminous Silk Perfect Glow Flawless Foundation. Of course, it's an amazing one. Do you need it in your life? Absolutely not. I mean, you could be buying something that is way less expensive, something that you could buy also at Sephora that is cheaper. There's other alternatives. So if ever you want me to try more drugstore foundations, please tell me down below. I would love to know. And yeah, I mean, if you like these videos, make sure to like them and to also consider subscribing for 5 beautiful videos a week most of the time. Also, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much again for watching. I really love you, beauties, and I will definitely see you in the next one. Bye.